Jimmy Fallon welcomes Jacob Elordi. NBC Tonight.
It's Broadway's #1 holiday hit musical, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical. Now through this Sunday, December 3rd at San Jose Center for the Performing Arts.
We're starting a movement. Well, technically a don't movement.
Because we work hard and want to relax hard.
Our Black Friday sale has been extended. 25% off store-wide, plus an extra 5% off. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
Right now at 11, breaking news. The truce between Israel and Hamas has been extended for another day. This is a live look at the Israel-Gaza border, where it is Thursday morning, now the 7th day of a temporary ceasefire. It's expected that more Israeli hostages will be released, along with more Palestinian prisoners. Among the latest group of hostages released by Hamas, a woman with a family here in the Bay Area. NBC Bay Area's Emma Goss joins us now with the latest developments. Emma?
Garvin, the reaction I'm hearing from the Jewish community here is that, of course, there's relief in knowing more hostages are being freed. But I spoke to a rabbi who told me it's guarded relief because there are still more than 150 people being kept in unimaginable conditions.
Hearing the news that more hostages will be freed Friday, Rabbi Shalom Bachner of Petaluma had this to say.
And we want to see all of them released immediately. Yes, it is certainly positive to see some coming out, but the emotional trauma that is being inflicted not only on these families, but the entire Jewish people is ongoing, and in some ways made worse by this constant question, will some come out today?
He says the Jewish community in the Bay Area is glued to the news of every hostage, watching the Hamas videos daily.
I don't know anyone in the Jewish community that is not watching this, minute by minute.
Tuesday, a Hamas video showed 36-year-old Ramon Kirsch among the hostages freed. She bravely stares down her captor, who is armed, before being taken to the Red Cross. Ramon's sister-in-law lives in Berkeley. Others in the Bay Area are praying for their loved ones to be freed, too. In Santa Rosa Wednesday evening, 7 Sonoma County synagogues and close to 200 people came together for a prayer vigil, calling for every hostage to be freed.
In Santa Rosa, Sonoma, Cotati, and Petaluma, we thank you all for being here to stand together with your Jewish and Israeli neighbors as we, along with faith and civic leaders, share messages about the urgency of all of the hostages being brought home.
There are more than 150 hostages still in captivity, including 9 children and 8 Americans.
It's guarded relief because it is mixed with the intensity of moving into now day 55 and realizing that more than 150 people, including babies, including people over the age of 80, remain as hostages.
And Ramon, who we saw in that video being freed yesterday, her husband is still a hostage. The Israeli government has received a list of women and children who will be released, but no word yet on how many will be released, Garvin.
Thank you, Emma. Pro-Palestinian activists went to the offices of Bay Area lawmakers today to demand their support for a permanent ceasefire in Gaza. In Palo Alto, protesters held signs and chanted in front of Congresswoman Anna Eshu's office. They are urging her to sign a resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire, as well as other actions.
Yes, we want her to sign the resolution. We want her to demand a ceasefire, a permanent ceasefire. We want her to hold Israel accountable for its war crimes. We also want her to take a stand against Islamophobia here in the States.
In the East Bay, about 250 pro-Palestinian activists marched in front of Congressman Eric Swalwell's office in Castro Valley, and tonight, pro-Palestinian demonstrators in San Rafael protested at Congressman Jared Huffman's office. For the second time this week, a flaring incident is taking place at a Contra Costa County refinery. Tonight, it's the Martinez Refining Company, And it comes on the same day as a lawsuit is filed against that refinery over a chemical release a year ago. The lawyer representing the plaintiffs is speaking out tonight following this latest flare-up. NBC Bay Area's Pete Serratos has the report.
It's the type of thing we were expecting might happen. We're extremely concerned.
Blair Kittle is the attorney representing the two plaintiffs following a lawsuit against the Martinez Refining Company over chemical releases in the past year, including an incident during last year's Thanksgiving weekend, leaving behind white dust that can potentially cause respiratory issues. He believes tonight's flaring incident at the refinery is yet another reason why they need to hold the facility accountable for its actions.
We don't know exactly what's going on, but a big part of this lawsuit is that we need something to change.
The refinery acknowledging the flaring at its facility, posting this to its website, saying all appropriate agencies have been notified. We apologize for any inconvenience to our neighbors. Flares are an essential part of a refinery's integrated engineered safety systems designed to safely manage excess combustible gases by burning them off efficiently and effectively. The lawsuit against the refinery was filed Tuesday, asking for both environmental and medical monitoring of the site. Specifically, Kittle says the community needs to be notified immediately when chemical releases like tonight take place.
We want people to know in real time with a lot more information about what exactly is happening, what kind of chemicals are being released, all that kind of thing. Because right now we're essentially left in the dark and we're left at the mercy of the refining company to decide what and when it's going to release information.
We asked the refinery for comment on the lawsuit, but officials tell us they do not comment on pending litigation. The Bay Area Air Quality District is also closely monitoring tonight's flaring and has inspectors on site. So far, a public health advisory has not been issued by the county. In Contra Costa County, Pete Serratos, NBC Bay Area News.
Tonight, BART is hoping to track down this man, who they say trespassed on the tracks, causing major delays during the evening commute. The Transbay Tube was shut down, meaning no trains running between San Francisco and the East Bay. Our Sky Ranger caught a large police presence and many people stuck on a platform in Oakland. All service was restored around 6:30. The search is on tonight in San Jose for two people linked to a road rage incident that left a little dog seriously hurt. This all happened on November 11th on Capitol Expressway and Tully Road, and it was all caught on camera. 3 cars were involved, and at one point a driver got out of his car, jumps on the top of another car's rear windshield, smashing it. 2 people and 2 dogs were inside. The shattered glass got into one dog's eye, leaving it badly hurt.
I know there are many incidents that happen on the road, especially during the holidays as we have more cars on the road. We are always appreciative of people being aware of their surroundings, following the rules of the road, and when a crime occurs, reporting it right away so that we can investigate.
Last week, police arrested the person who smashed the windshield, but they're still looking for the 2 other people seen in the video. A San Francisco man is facing federal charges for a DUI crash that killed a USA cycling champion. 44-year-old Ethan Boyes was killed back in April when he was struck in the bike lane in the federally owned Presidio Park. Arnold Lowe is now facing 1 count of involuntary manslaughter and 1 count of driving under the influence. Friends and family of Boyes have been frustrated with how long this investigation has taken, holding rallies for justice and for improved bike lane protections in the park. Unity and healing are the goals behind a vigil being held tomorrow in the wake of the racist text scandal at the Antioch Police Department. Back in April, federal investigations into racism at Antioch and Pittsburgh police departments led to raids and criminal indictments. 9 officers were arrested. The mayor is expected to make official remarks about the indictments. He says he hopes the vigil will bring the community together. About 200 people are expected to attend.
Motion passes with a vote of 8 ayes.
There were cheers when the Oakland City Council passed a ceasefire resolution on Monday. But it was what happened before that is making headlines tonight. Controversial comments made in support of the terrorist organization Hamas are going around the world in a viral video. NBC Bay Area's Terry McSweeney has the story.
I support the right of Palestinians to resist occupation, including through Hamas, the armed wing of the unified Palestinian resistance.
That is just one of the comments from Monday's Oakland City Council meeting that's gone viral. It all started with a resolution to support a ceasefire in the Israel-Hamas war. But then came an amendment to condemn Hamas from Councilmember Dan Kolb.
how anybody in the public could even think for a second that that's somehow legitimate resistance. That's just nuts. I mean, it's got to be crazy to think that.
Calling Hamas a terrorist organization is ridiculous, racist, and plays into genocidal propaganda that is flooding our media and that we should be doing everything possible to combat.
Governor Newsom weighing in on X, saying Hamas is a terrorist organization. They must be called out for what they are, evil. State Senator Scott Wiener calling the city council's 6-2 vote against condemning Hamas just awful. Councilman Noel Gallo was one of those voting against the amendment.
And I did, have many conversations with people that wanted us to call Hamas. But at the other end, there were many other folks on the other side that wanted to call out Israel for what they're doing now. And for me, no, it's really about a humanitarian ceasefire.
The notion that this was a massacre of Jews is a fabricated narrative. Many of those killed on October 7th,
Thank you, ma'am. Your time is up.
Including children, were killed by the IDF.
People are shocked that somehow the council couldn't get up the will to stand up to the loud people in the room, to stand up to them and say, listen, what happened on October 7th is inexcusable. It's mass murder, and we shouldn't be afraid to say so.
Terry McSweeney, NBC Bay Area News.
Tomorrow night, Governor Gavin Newsom and Florida Governor Ron DeSantis will face off in a televised debate. DeSantis agreed to debate Newsom after more than a year of public sparring over political topics. DeSantis is running for president, but Newsom has repeatedly said he has no interest at this time in running. The debate, hosted by Sean Hannity, will focus on a number of issues, including the economy, border, and crime. People will be gathering in the Bay Area to watch the debate. Manny's in San Francisco will be hosting a watch party and post-debate discussion that starts at 6 p.m. Former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger has died. Kissinger served as Secretary of State to President Richard Nixon from 1973 to 1977. He was the first person to ever serve as both Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. Kissinger was born in southern Germany in 1923 before his family fled Nazi Germany and came to America in 1938. He will be interred at a private family service. Kissinger was 100 years old. We are back in 60 seconds. Just ahead, they made quite a ruckus. The bold break-in at a South Bay restaurant, and what the thieves got away with, while the owner thinks this wasn't their first time inside. Plus, Cruise is pumping the brakes. GM announcing a huge cut in funding for the driverless car company, what it means for San Francisco and the entire industry moving forward.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jeff Ranieri. We have storm rangers scanning, and we are tracking a few more shower chances. I'll have the updated timeline and what it means for that weekend coming up in just a few minutes.
President Biden picked San Francisco to host APEC to highlight the city and try to turn around these negative perceptions of San Francisco.
Here is the problem. Here is part of the solution. License plate readers meant to fight retail theft.
We investigate thousands of vets who are still without the VA benefits that they deserve.
What do you say to veterans who think the process is taking too long?
Rethinking social media for teenagers. Christian moving us forward with more on what families can and should do.
Hurry into your local Acura dealer for the season of performance event going on now.
Why are we standing on top of these big trucks? To show you if one of these monsters hurts you, we're on top of the big truck companies. Call us. It's just that easy.
Call 1-877-DUNION. DUNNION.
You may have spotted them this week. Jew Belong, a national nonprofit fighting anti-Semitism, is putting up 17 billboards across the Bay Area this week. Jew Belong claims that Hamas's aim is the total annihilation of Jews, and the issue is being compounded by Americans who have shown support for Hamas.
Our billboards are pink and white, and they're in your face, and you can't ignore them. And we are getting this conversation so that people around the country talk about how terrible Hamas is and how bad anti-Semitism is, because everyone should be outraged, not just Jews.
The campaign is in response to the anti-Semitism sparked by the Israel-Hamas war, which they say has led to a 400% increase in anti-Semitic hate crimes. That number comes from the Anti-Defamation League. A group of Jewish students at UC Berkeley are suing the university. In the lawsuit filed this week, Jewish organizations claim the university has repeatedly failed to protect Jewish students. It claims for more than a year, the university has allowed anti-Semitism to grow on campus, specifically at the UC Berkeley School of Law.
We cannot limit what someone says, no matter how much I don't like it. The difference, though, is that when Jewish students are physically assaulted on campus, why are they not being investigated as hate crimes?
This lawsuit describes a place that simply doesn't exist. UC Berkeley has confronted the scourge of anti-Semitism for many years.
The lawsuit isn't asking for money. Instead, it's calling for systemic and cultural changes throughout all the UC systems. The university says it is open to talking to those behind the lawsuit about their concerns. A settlement has been reached in Alameda County in the death of an inmate at Santa Rita Jail in Dublin. The county will pay $7 million to the children of a man who lay dead in his cell for several days. 45-year-old Maurice Monk died in custody at Santa Rita Jail back in November 2021. A lawsuit claims jail staff failed to check on him for nearly 3 days after he became unresponsive in his cell. The settlement includes a requirement for the sheriff's office to change the way it monitors the well-being of prisoners during cell checks. All corrections deputies will have to complete a new training every year, and it will also become part of training of new hires. New at 11, an East Bay wig shop is cleaning up tonight after it was hit by thieves this morning. The owner of Valley Rags and Wigs sells high-end wigs, mostly to cancer patients. She says her store has been burglarized 15 times in the last 3 years.
I'm afraid that it's going to come to the point where several people are going to come in here and just wipe the place out, because that's what's happening right now. I can't sustain this. And your insurance keeps going up. I haven't even reported it because I'm so afraid of my insurance going up and up and up.
The city of Dublin says it has seen a rise in retail theft, and they're working to prevent these crimes. In a statement, the mayor says, in part, our police department's crime prevention team is working closely with the business owner and has been over the last several months. She also says that the most recent burglary is under investigation. Big news for self-driving cars. Today, General Motors announced a huge cut in funding for Cruise. That's the San Francisco-based driverless car company that's had all sorts of problems lately. Our business and tech reporter Scott Budman spoke to city leaders and potential passengers about what this all means.
After numerous examples of Cruise robo-taxis shutting down and one of its cars dragging a pedestrian, the DMV pulled the company's self-driving permits. Cruise then shut down all driverless operations. Its CEO stepped down, and customers lost faith.
All of a sudden, they stop for no reason. I seen them stop with no reason, okay?
I don't know if I would feel super comfortable sitting next to nobody.
I don't know. It's just kind of scary. When I see them, I avoid them.
Then today, General Motors, which bought Cruise in 2016, announced plans to cut spending on Cruise by hundreds of millions of dollars in 2024. San Francisco Supervisor Aaron Peskin calls Cruise a case study in how not to run a business.
Whether it was cars making illegal left turns, whether it was pedestrian safety issues, whether it was cars stopping in the middle of traffic.
San Franciscans can still pick up a robo-taxi. Waymo, owned by Google, is still rolling around. Cruise, for its part, tells us once it takes steps to improve safety culture and rebuild trust, the strategy is to relaunch in one city before expanding. Cruise would not tell me if that city is, in fact, San Francisco, but the company is headquartered in the city, and with about 3,500 employees, there are questions about its size going forward, with GM planning to cut back. Scott Budman, NBC, Bay Area News.
It is beginning to look a lot like Christmas in San Jose. The annual Christmas in the Park drive-through light show kicked off tonight. That means you can enjoy the decorations from the comfort of your car. Visitors will follow a winding route nearly a mile long through History Park to see 150,000 twinkling lights accompanied by a holiday soundtrack.
Bringing our family and my niece and nephew and everybody to come see the lights. It's amazing just being able to spend time with the family. And
tickets are $30 per car. The money goes toward Christmas in the Park. You have until January 1st to check it all out.
Ah, I am in for that one.
Yes.
It looks like fun.
History Park is fantastic,
Yeah.
even when it's not Christmas time. So
Yeah.
History Park and add the Christmas lights, I'm sold.
And it means all of us that are decorating this weekend, we're not too far ahead, right? It means we've got the green light to do that decorating. I've got details on what you can expect, of course, in my forecast. We'll start off with a look at Storm Ranger. We are currently dry, but we are tracking 2 different systems over the next 2 days. Now, these are going to break up as they move across California, so we're only looking at a spotty shower chance. But let me get you all those details right now on that microclimate weather. And as we started off tomorrow, on your Thursday morning, I do think it's going to be a mix here for us. We'll have some sun, a chance of a little bit of patchy fog through the inland valleys of the North Bay, and some cloud cover mixing in as well. So just a mixed bag here for us. Then through the afternoon, by about 1 o'clock, that's when I do see the chance of a few showers popping up here through Marin, Napa, Sonoma counties. So from 1 to about 6, we'll see that possibility here of those spotty showers. Totals only trace amounts to about 1/10 of an inch. Now, when it comes to those morning temperatures, yes, it is going to be chilly to start, but again, thankfully, we're not down to the freezing mark like we were earlier this week. Have you here at 43 in the South Bay, 46 in the Peninsula, Tri-Valley, 42 for the North Bay, usually our coldest spot. You'll be dipping down to 40, San Francisco 48, and some low 40s here throughout the East Bay. Temperatures for tomorrow, not too many differences here across those microclimates. 63 here in Napa, 61 Livermore, low to mid-60s, San Jose to Morgan Hill, and I got you here at 59 at Half Moon Bay, with again that chance of a spotty afternoon shower. Okay, it's getting closer to the weekend, so how about we fast forward it into what's going to be happening for us? Pretty dynamic weather situation setting up. We've got high pressure to the south, that's got some dry air, but just off to the north, we're talking about a weather pattern with a storm track that will bring a chance of some flooding rains. We're kind of caught in between, and that's why we'll see the chance of some spotty showers again tomorrow, Friday, and a slight chance on Saturday. But look at the onslaught of rain, again, headed up towards the Pacific Northwest. Just quite a bit here as we roll into next week's forecast. So in the next 10 days, we're only looking at trace amounts, maybe a 1/4 inch for us. Eureka, 1 to 2 inches. Look at the Pacific Northwest. 5 to 12 inches of rain with flooding possible again the next 10 days. So we're watching the rain line real closely. If it were to move closer to us, of course, that rain forecast would change. We're going to be all over those details. As we head into this weekend, for any Christmas tree or lighting decorating at your house, we have those low 60s. So looks pretty good. You'll be able to test the lights out and get everything going.
That atmospheric river just targeting the Northwest reminds me of the winter we had here last year.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not hitting us right now.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be really strong for them. They're going to be well above their seasonal averages once that's pushed through next week.
Right. Jeff, thank you very much. Up next, San Jose getting a makeover. The changes you may notice as you drive around the city.
Governor Gavin Newsom is set to face off with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis. We're breaking down what they'll likely discuss at their highly anticipated debate.
There's also a lingering chance of rain remains. Meteorologist Gary Hall tracking it all. Join us tomorrow morning, 5 to 7.
However you do the holidays, do it together in the Chevy that's right for you. The strong and capable Chevy Silverado, the award-winning Chevy Equinox, or the all-new Chevy Trax. This holiday season, do more together in a new Chevy. Or current qualified lessees can get this Equinox for around $199 a month. Or get 1.9% financing on all 2024 Equinox models.
We're starting a movement. Well, technically a don't movement.
Because we work hard and want to relax hard.
Our Black Friday sale has been extended. 25% off store-wide, plus an extra 5% off. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
Another one in the books. But we're just getting started.
Everything been going well? Oh yeah, let's take a look at this name.
Because it's the work behind the scenes that truly matters.
We got it at 120. Out the full extension. Oh, the sound of that.
For your mind, for your body, and for the community. For all that is me, for all that is you. Casa Permanente.
In order for small businesses to thrive, they need to be smart, efficient, savvy, making the most of every opportunity. That's why Comcast Business is introducing the Small Business Bonus. For a limited time, you can get up to a $1,000 prepaid card with a qualifying gig bundle. Yep, $1,000. So switch to business internet from the company with the largest, fastest, reliable network and that powers more businesses than anyone else. Learn how you can get $1,000 back for your business. Call or go online today.
ACT's beloved A Christmas Carol returns this December, featuring a lively cast of dozens, delightful music, gorgeous costumes, and those deliciously spooky ghosts. Get your tickets today at act-sf.org.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of it in a new Honda. Whether it's dropping off presents in a sporty Civic or picking up a few for yourself in a fun-to-drive HRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
The search is on for two men who broke into a Mexican restaurant in the South Bay. Wow, the video shows the men breaking into Casa Azteca in Milpitas. Happened last Friday, just before 4 in the morning. The owner says the men stole the cash register and some important documents.
Which means he knows where the office is. Maybe those people have already visited us as a customers. They know what we are, what kind of business we have. Maybe they think since we have a bar, we get a lot of cash.
The owner says the break-in caused $6,000 in damage. Milpitas police are asking the public for help in identifying the suspects. San Jose is out to make a good first impression on visitors, a top priority. Today, the mayor and local leaders rolled up their sleeves to finish the cleanup of a West Santa Clara street at Highway 87. It is one of 11 sites that will be part of a massive beautification project targeting gateways into the city. Many of them are intersections or entrances off freeways and expressways. The mayor says he understands concerns about spending priorities, but says the city won't thrive unless people feel safe coming to visit. So, how are the 49ers feeling as they prepare for their biggest game of the season so far? We'll hear from some of the guys next.
Tonight, Jimmy has Jacob Elordi with his first celebrity crush. Brad Pitt. And Julius Randle with a secret handshake. Plus, tonight's show polls, Fallon tonight.
From London to New York and around the world, from the stage to the big screen, the worldwide phenomenon returns. The original, record-breaking production returns to San Francisco. Mamma Mia. Celebrate the 25th anniversary of the most exhilarating smash hit musical ever. Fall in love all over again with Mamma Mia. Coming to the Golden Gate Theater for 1 week only. Tickets on sale at BroadwaySF.com.
WeatherTech gift cards have the power to wow everyone on your holiday list, offering a variety of American-made products.
WeatherTech, nice.
Like floor liners, cargo liner, seat protector, boot tray, cup phone, sink mat, pet feeding system, anti-fatigue comfort mat, and more. Order the WeatherTech gift card instantly for the perfect gift at WeatherTech.com.
When it comes to your health, you do you. You ping and pong that body. You plunge that body. You green that body. You brain power that body. You practice and practice that body. You make it rain that body. You flu shot that body. And now you Spikevax that body. Because even though the pandemic is over, COVID-19 isn't. Spikevax by Moderna is a vaccine to help protect you against COVID-19. You shouldn't get Spikevax if you've had an allergic reaction to Spikevax or its ingredients. Rare cases of inflammation of the heart muscle and outer lining have been reported. The most common side effects are injection site pain, redness and swelling, tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, joint pain, and fever. Make vaccination against COVID-19 a part of your health routine. Spikevax that body with Spikevax by Moderna.
Those beans had sprouted overnight into something spectacular.
'Tis the season to work your magic.
Get special offers on select Lexus RZ models.
So, are you ready? The 49ers are wheels up for Philly on Friday and then kick off Sunday afternoon. The two best teams in the NFL going head-to-head. After a dominating Thanksgiving Day performance in Seattle, the 8-3 49ers are heading to Philly as the favorite. This in spite of the Eagles having the best record in all of football at 10-1. The winner of this game has the inside track on home field advantage throughout the NFC playoffs.
Got to focus on playing smart football and execute at a high level in order to go into somebody's house who is a 10-1 football team, one of the best teams in the league, and get a win.
We're ready for the challenge, excited for the challenge, and it's definitely a challenge.
The Niners face the Eagles Sunday afternoon in Philadelphia. Well, we did it once in 2002, and now we might do it again in 2034. Utah is one step closer to hosting the Winter Olympics again. The International Olympic Committee named Salt Lake City as the preferred host of the 2034 Games. That means Salt Lake City is the formal front-runner to host the event. Neighboring Park City is also a big part of this bid. We're back in a moment.
The Xfinity Sports Desk is sponsored by Xfinity, the Xfinity 10G network. The future starts now.
Have you heard? The Xfinity Mobile Black Friday sale is on now. Don't miss out on a free line of unlimited for 2 years when you switch to Xfinity Internet. That's over $1,000 in savings. And get up to $800 off the latest 5G phones. Connect to America's most reliable 5G network and join the millions who've switched to one of the fastest growing mobile services. Now's your chance to get a free line of unlimited for 2 years when you switch to Xfinity Internet. Plus, save even more with up to $800 off an eligible 5G phone. Click, call, or visit a store today.
You look like a responsible family guy. Looking for something with a little more space?
With the click of a pen, you can get a new Volkswagen at the Sign Then Drive event. Hurry in to lease a new 2023 all-electric ID4 for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing.
We're starting a movement. Well, technically a don't movement.
Because we work hard and want to relax hard.
Our Black Friday sale has been extended. 25% off store-wide, plus an extra 5% off. Lazy Boy. Long live the lazy.
It's incredible. You cannot describe that in words. You have to see it.
I feel better about the world. I feel uplifted.
You go away feeling with a smile in your heart.
San Francisco, San Jose, and Berkeley.
During Kia's Season of Giving Back sales event, give yourself the gift you've been waiting for all year. Like great deals on the confidently capable Sorrento and the spacious Sportage. Not to mention offers on the all-electric EV6 and the fun-to-drive Forte. Visit your local Kia dealer. Get 1.9% APR for 48 months plus $1,000 trade assist cash on select new 2023 Sorrento or 2024 EV6 models.
Perfect.
What did you get us?
With the click of a pen, you can get a new Volkswagen at the Sign Then Drive event. Hurry in to lease a new 2024 Taos for 0 down, 0 deposit, 0 first month payment, and 0 due at signing. Limited inventory available.
Jennifer Garner plus Tony Gonzalez. Are you into football? I like football. I really like marching bands. Is that not cool to know?
Tomorrow at 3 on NBC Bay Area.
3, 2, 1.
That's a lot of lights.
Beautiful.
The 91st Rockefeller Christmas tree lighting was held in New York City tonight. Kelly Clarkson hosted the event, which featured appearances from Cher, Barry Manilow, and Keke Palmer. This year's tree is a Norway spruce, 80 feet tall, 43 feet wide. It is decorated with over 50,000 lights and a 900-pound Swarovski Swarovski crystal star. Did I say that right, Jeff?
Yes, you did.
I'm not up on the crystal. The tree will
Look
be
at
lit
this.
every day until January 13th. Did you see any of the show, Jeff?
I did. It was awesome. Kelly Clarkson, she's so great.
Cher closed the show. That woman's not human.
Yeah.
At 77, to look and sound like she does, amazing.
Fabulous.
Thanks for joining us.